Captain Marvel is in the MCU. You cannot mistake her for anybody else because she looks like that character and dresses like so also.
Acts and speaks that way too.
That's right. Is that an accident? I would say probably not. It seems very intentional.
Probably on purpose. I imagine they scripted it that way. Yeah. And then they filmed it.
Yep.
And if the way she acted didn't reflect the way they wanted it to look, they'd probably ask her to do it again.
That's interesting.
And then she would have because they're paying her money to do that.
Okay.
And then once they'd gotten the acting they wanted, they would have edited it together into some sort of filmed narrative.
Okay.
And then release it into cinemas, and we, the audience, would watch that.
Yes.
And enjoy it or not enjoy it, as is our prerogative and our predetermined biases.
That's very interesting.
Isn't it, though?
But I'm interested to see, where is this character going to go from now?
I'm not interested in that at all. I just like to talk about the process of filmmaking as defined by an idiot who's never seen or heard of a film before.
So we actually got some footage descriptions related to her role in Avengers Endgame.
Yes,
and
great.
a few of the other characters. This comes from a Disney shareholders meeting. So I thought maybe I could go through this and we could talk about what we think her role might be in Endgame and how her reveal in this universe might just change the course of the world in general.
And film history.
And film history, yeah.
So spoilers for Captain Marvel if you haven't seen it yet.
That's right, because the post-credits scene, she rocks up. They're beeping her in using the bloody beeper, mate.
They're looking at the beeper we saw at the end of Avengers Infinity War that's been sending out a signal. The signal stopped, and they think it's because somehow it's run out of power, but actually no, it's because she is back on Earth.
That's right.
She's looking a little the worse for wear.
Yep.
And she wants to know where Nick Fury is.
That's right. This movie was actually, or her role in this movie was filmed before Captain Marvel, I believe, or a lot of it.
Okay.
I mean, there's obviously reshoots and pickups, etc., and they get her to read the script and so on and so forth.
So Captain Marvel set in 95. This is 2019. No, this is several years after.
This is, well, according to the official timeline that they released, which might be changed again, it's Infinity War takes place in 2017.
Okay, right.
And this seems to be directly after the events of that because Captain America's still got his beard.
That's true, all right.
Yeah.
So this is nearly 2 decades.
Yes. How did they find the pager? Who knows? Somebody must have picked it up, or maybe they found the signal and so on and so forth. Yeah. So that looks like that Captain Marvel is going to be not somebody who's going to fly in the last minute and knock Thanos out, which some people were very wary of.
Yes.
Don't introduce this character and then have her just kill the lead villain. I think they're going to go on this adventure to get together.
Exactly. She is the latest member of the Avengers team. Now, she looks a little frazzled in this very brief second we see her.
Yep.
And I think that maybe points to the idea that you've had in the past, which is that she was going to be one of the people who were killed in the snap.
Yep.
But because she is so powerful, she is somehow holding on and not disintegrating.
And her powers may also be related to the Tesseract because the study of that went into the Lightspeed engine, which powers her.
Yes, right.
So maybe that's if that is the case, maybe that's the reason she's able to keep it together.
Yeah,
or maybe
right.
she just didn't get it. Maybe she just wasn't in the snap.
Exactly. So this, her role in Endgame, she might be significantly depowered, or maybe not.
Yeah. I don't really think it matters, the depowering thing, because from what we've seen her do in Captain Marvel, Thor can do most of those things.
Exactly,
Like fly, knock a spaceship out of orbit. He's about that level when he's kind of at his peak.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, and the Hulk also, obviously, without the ability to fly into space and go wherever. Yeah. So I don't necessarily think that's going to be a problem.
You don't see him being put in a really big spacesuit? He can go into space,
He could probably go into space, yeah. But anyway, getting back to this footage. So it apparently kicks off in the new Avengers facility. They're having a meeting and Captain Marvel is in attendance. Nebula mentions that she thinks...
She's taking the minutes.
Yes, that's right, she is.
Because she's the new gun.
That's right. Well, that's the rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nebula mentions that she thinks Thanos would have traveled to the garden, which is where I guess we see him at the end of Infinity War.
Yep.
After completing his plan. And Carol Danvers tells her fellow heroes that they need to travel there and get the Infinity Stone and undo what Thanos has done.
Sure.
Yeah, Infinity Stones, I should say.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Well, that actually makes sense as well because there's been rumors and speculation and on-set footage that hints towards time travel. Maybe when they go and see him, maybe they don't get the entire gauntlet. Maybe they just get the time stone.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Or the reality stone, or maybe a combination of.
Sure, yeah. And that could lead, and that is there. Because again, we don't necessarily know yet the method by which they are going to travel in time, if that's happening. We assumed it was those little thingies on their wrists, but maybe it isn't.
Maybe it isn't. Yeah, there's also been speculation that it ties into Tony Stark's technology, which means he can read memories and
the
look at
bath
memories.
technology.
Yeah, and so if you tie that if you link that to time travel technology, you could maybe go to a certain point in time and space related to the person who's remembering that particular
now
moment
in Captain
time.
Marvel,
it's kind of like time slides from Red Dwarf.
It is. It's
There's
exactly
a reference
like
most
that
people don't know.
In Captain Marvel, we get her memories are dredged by the Skrulls.
Yeah.
And we see her memories are sort of reversed and turned around and manipulated a little bit within the context of her brain. Perhaps that we can add that element of technology to it. Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, from there apparently we get Rocket, Thor, Nebula, Captain America, War Machine, and Black Widow in space. Rocket asks them who's never been to space before, and then warns them not to puke on their ship. And apparently there's a few of them who haven't been there. I guess Captain America hasn't been to space.
Never been to space.
War Machine hasn't been to space. Black Widow probably hasn't been to space. Thor's a bloody space champion, mate.
He's all over it. He's bored with space.
He's had enough. Nebula, obviously, has also, been there before. And that's kind of like where it ends. So all it does is set up this footage, apparently. This seems to be very early days within...
Yeah, right.
Within the movie. Probably, there's rumors of they're only showing the first 10 minutes.
To those shareholders.
No, I just mean only 10 minutes of footage for any of the promotional stuff.
Oh, I see.
So anything beyond that. I mean, there's been leaked concept art and also toys revealed where they've got special space costumes and...
Yeah, right,
and so on and so forth.
So maybe the Hulk does have his little space suit.
Oh, I'd love a Hulk in a little space suit, yeah.
Yeah.
But what role do you think she's going to... what do you think she's going to play in this? Do you think she's just going to be one of the team?
I think so, yeah. Look, I think, again, I don't think... Even at full power, I don't think that she is going to be this champion who rolls in and flicks Thanos on the nose and destroys him kind of thing. I think she's way more likely... Because, again, the Russo brothers know how to create a story.
Yeah.
They're not going to suddenly forget because they have a new character to play with and just being like, okay, she's going to show up and bop him in the head and...
Blast a big old laser.
Exactly. I think they're going to be like, okay, everybody's got a strength and a weakness and we're going to slot her in where she's needed.
Yeah. I think with her powers as well, if I was her, I would be worried that my powers are finite. Because she's powered by a light speed engine.
Yes.
I wonder if it would run out at a certain point. Kind of like a Green Lantern situation. That's probably not what it's going to be.
Yeah, right.
But I would constantly be worrying I'm flying through space and everything would just shut off.
Yeah, I mean, that we don't know yet, but I mean that could be, she could be on our last dregs. It may not be a function of that she's been snapped. It could just be that she knows she's got a day left of power. She might have used up all her energy from flying from where she was.
Yes.
To here, so.
She should get in the spaceship. Because she's, at the end you see her leave and she flies next to the spaceship.
Yeah, get in the spaceship.
Just get in the spaceship,
Get in the spaceship, mate. I reckon, yeah.
Have a big old bloody rest, mate.
Yeah, your bloody dogs are barking at this point. Put your feet up,
That's exactly it. There's also the possibility, Mason, because this is like 15 or so years later, or not even 20 or so years after she left Earth.
Yes.
A whole lot of people that she left have moved on. People have grown up, including Monica Rambeau, her friend.
Yes, who in the comic books has been Captain Marvel for a while and is now Spectrum, I believe.
Do you think we're going to get any kids of superheroes showing up in this and et cetera, et cetera?
Wow.
Through time travel or just regular time happening?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Because in the comic books we've got the Young Avengers.
Yes.
Who are some of whom are unrelated, some of whom are time displaced versions. Some are offspring.
Yep.
Good question, James.
Thank you.
Probably won't be getting any of those. But it would be nice to see something like that. I would like to see maybe a flash of the future. Right. Maybe like the future of the MCU. Just give us a tease of like
Batman, Superman when we saw the desert.
Exactly, but better than that.
Okay.
But like maybe a decade down the line and maybe some like a little hints to some future heroes or something like that.
Yeah, right. Like Tony Stark's kid that he has with Pepper and so on and so forth.
Or Ironheart, who's sort of his future protege.
Absolutely.
Maybe like a mysterious hint to who the next Captain America is.
Sure.
If indeed this Captain America stops being Captain America currently.
Which probably yes.
Probably yes, though.
There's also obviously that time period in between movies of Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame where you can fill in what is happening in there. But I think, Mason, that's probably good for another video which is coming up. So bloody subscribe to that if people want to check it out because there's videos every Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday.
But if you're not interested in the future, don't subscribe.
You don't have to.
But we're also going to give away the winning lottery numbers.
That's right. So yeah, get in
quick.
If you can. Yeah.
Subscribe and be the first because only one person can be.
We also have
that's not how the lottery works.
Yeah, it's exactly how it works. Right. We also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows that comes out every Monday. We just had a Captain Marvel episode where we get into all of it, what we liked, what we didn't so much, what it means for the future, what it means for the past.
Oh. Probably not a lot for the past.
Nah, probably not so much. Exactly, yeah. And that's everything.
Because time moves linearly forward.
Yes.
Which is what I know from, when they wrote the script and then they got her to...
She said the words on
She said the words on the script and because they were accurate to the script and that is what the writer and the directors wanted.
Yeah.
Then they could move on,
Right.
like forward in time to the next
Right.
scene, and then she would say other words,
Okay.
also from the script.
That's very interesting.
I don't know if you're following.
I have a vague idea. I'm gonna have to edit this, so I'll go back and I'll obviously re-listen to make sure I understand what's going on.
Okay.
And I'll also hear my kid in the background who's playing very noisily.
That's
all part of YouTube, isn't it, Mason?
That's the
People
magic
love that
of YouTube.
authentic family.
It's authentic family fun, isn't it? Yeah, it's not ramshackle at
No.
all. It's
All right.
unprofessional.
Catch you later, guys.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.